what can we do with this one? This is homework 3.3 part 2. And instead of giving me the equations of the functions, which I actually could derive from the pictures, they just give me the pictures, which is fine because they just say, hey, evaluate it at 4. First, we got to find the derivative. So what is f prime of x? So remember, f is a product, so we have to apply the product rule. And the product rule says, take the derivative of the first function, that would be g prime, and multiply by the second function. And then add that to the first function original, and then multiply by the derivative of the second function. Now, that's the derivative, and then we want to plug in 4. So f prime of 4 there, believe it or not, is equal to g prime of 4 times h of 4 plus g of 4 times h prime of 4. And all of this information is in the graph if we look. All right, let's go look. G prime of 4, what is the derivative of g? Well, the derivative is the slope. So g prime, remember, is the slope function. And this is a straight line, and I can see the slope here. So for example, I have the point 0, 9, and I have the point, looks like 1, 7. And so I can see that we are dropping here 2. So that's my rise when I run 1. And so the slope g prime here has to be -2/1 or just -2. So what is g prime of 4? Well, at the point when x is 4, the slope is definitely -2. I have to multiply that by h of 4. Okay, if we look at the graph here, when x is 4, y is 2. So that's going to be times 2. Plus g of 4. Okay, so here's the graph of g here. And if I go to x equals 4, I can see that y is equal to 1. So g of 4 is 1 on the graph. What's h prime of 4? Okay, now this function is a v shape, so the slope, it's got different slopes in different parts, but I want to know what's the slope right here at that point. And I can see here that through that point, we are dropping 1 and running 1. So the slope there is -1/1. So m at that point, the slope, which is h prime, is -1. Your graph might be a little bit different than mine. -2 times 2 is -4, plus 1 times -1, so that'd be a -1. So that means the product of those two situations, f prime, if we had its graph, would have a slope of -5. And it turns out we could build the graph of f by looking at these two graphs, but that's a whole nother story. We're not going to do that right now, but there's my answer right there. It is -5. Fun stuff. Oops, wrong button. Might as well say hi while we're here. Hi, it's me.